Hey, hi, hello, ladies. How's it going? How's it going? Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing well. Me, I'm fantastic. Thank you so much for asking, because we have a little bit of drama to be getting into today. Now, this isn't really a big situation, just a couple rock stars talking shit back and forth, mediated by another rock star. We got Billy Corgan, we got Disturbed, we got Pink Floyd, all in the news today because the Disturbed guy and the Pink Floyd guy can't stop bickering back and forth the timeline. So today, we're just gonna chop it up a little bit. I gotta make a quick video because this is just something I gotta get out there and then go to my real job, okay? But if you're not familiar with who I am, my name is Dan Frampton, all one word, the O's a zero. I am the internet's most ruthless gatekeeper, and I do the most important job on the internet. So press like, hit subscribe, and let's get to moseying, shall we? So I will admit that today's story doesn't really have a lot to do with the underground. These are mainstream rock stars that we're going to be talking about today, but rock and roll is kind of underground, just generally speaking. So I'm going to bend the rules a little bit, and we're going to be talking about some rock stars today. I might even talk about rock stars more further on in the future, because this is an enemies channel, and those rock stars out there are enemies of Dan Frampton and enemies of the people. So today's story starts off on the Billy Corgan podcast. That's right, Billy Corgan has a podcast. This guy has his hands in all the pies all over the world. Not only is he a rock star, he's a wrestling promoter, and now apparently he's a media personality conducting interviews with other rock stars. So who did he think would be a great guest to have on his podcast? The guy from Disturbed, who's only known for one line. Ooh, ah, 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 ah. That's the only thing people know this guy for, is for the way he delivered that line, ooh, ah, 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 at the beginning of that one nu metal song way back at the beginning of like the 2000s or whatever. Nobody gives a shit about Disturbed. He is the least relevant guy in this situation, and he's the one that's talking the most shit. His name is David Draiman, and he was on the Billy Corgan podcast, and he had some shit to say for Roger Waters. Roger Waters was a member of the highly iconic and influential rock band Pink Floyd. Pink Floyd, so much more iconic than Disturbed. And even the guy interviewing the Disturbed guy, Billy Corgan, is more iconic than Disturbed. This Disturbed guy is the bottom of this whole thing. He is the dregs of society. And he had 1 minute of shit talking that he was gonna hurl towards Roger Waters from Pink Floyd. Roll it.
I loved Pink Floyd. It was such a massive betrayal, not just to me, but Jews everywhere, when he went in the direction that he did. And it wasn't just 2 years ago. He's been doing this for a long time. Roger has a penchant for dictators, for the worst mothers on planet Earth. Roger just cozies right up to. He has no problem whatsoever.
Okay, pausing here for a little bit. He doesn't give any context. He's just saying these things right now. Cozying up to what dictators? I want to know. He's not really telling me. He's just talking some shit. Anyway, roll it.
You know, this whole...
See, my attempt at peacemaking failed.
No, not with that one, dude. He's just such a hypocrite. He's a hypocrite.
Can you tell me why he's a hypocrite really quick? Could you elaborate just for a moment? Nah? Okay, continue.
He's not for human rights. He's for this weird, dictator-driven, socialist... I don't even understand what he's...
Yeah, it doesn't even sound like you understand why you don't like him. You're not giving any specific reasons. You're just calling him a socialist dictator cozier upper or whatever. I need specifics, David Draiman of the band Disturbed, Mr. Ooh, ah, 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 ah. If you're gonna talk some shit, talk some real shit. Throw down some facts. Throw down some logic. Get me on your side. You're just using buzzwords. You're just saying stuff. This is just like a schoolyard bully. Come on now, buddy.
He's trying to stand for.
You're not closed off.
Never. You close off, and that's the end of anything.
So if Roger Waters called you tomorrow and said, let's sit down and talk, you talk to him.
I'd have to punch him first. But yeah.
Okay. So he's like, yeah, I'm open to the conversation, but I'd have to inflict some physical violence first before I talk to him. This guy over here, he might be thinking that's a joke. He might be yucking it up over there. But nah, if you want to talk this shit, if you want to be open to conversations, you need to have these conversations. But in my opinion, I don't think that he really wants to have this conversation. But either way, Roger Waters got wind of all that. It doesn't really seem like Roger Waters is a big Billy Corgan listener. Doesn't really seem like he's a big Disturbed fan. But he put out this open letter to Billy Corgan that I'm going to read right now. Dear Billy Corgan, how are you? It's been too long. David Draiman, someone forwarded me this crap appearance on your podcast. I never heard of him. Anyway, it turns out he's heard of me. It seems he has a problem with me standing up for human rights, particularly the human rights of my brothers and sisters in Gaza who are being slaughtered in a genocide by the armed forces of the Nazi, racist, pariah state of Israel. You, being the lovely fella you are, gave this little piece of shit a chance to clarify or even modify his position. He did. He is a psychotic, racist, Nazi pig. I'm told, Billy, he writes messages on bombs before IDF drop them on civilians in Gaza. Enough said. I will continue to work with all my brothers and sisters all over the world in this movement to demand equal human rights for all human beings, irrespective of their religion, ethnicity, or nationality. If you, my friend, are wondering if I want a conversation with this obnoxious little prick, the answer is a non merci, Billy. Life's too short. He can inhabit his tiny little corner of hell without the benefit of my love and truth. Love, R. P.S. Disturbed, yeah, just a bit. And here is Damon over here, signing these what are called bombs, but if you call them bombs, people might get mad at you. These are artillery shells, and it looks like he's writing, fuck Hassan Piker on it. It just says fuck ha, but I'm assuming, given the context, that he's gonna finish the sentence by saying, fuck Hassan Piker. And you gotta remember that this Roger Waters guy is way up here when it comes to rock and roll legacy, and this Disturbed David Draiman guy is not even scratching the surface. He is below the surface. This guy is subhuman. This guy is subterranean. But he did respond to this letter. He says the following, quote, and I was here open to dialogue with someone I so deeply disagree with. Honestly, Roger Waters, this is the reaction I unfortunately expected. It's disappointing, but predictable. Be brave, Roger. Blessed are the peacemakers, right? I'm always willing to try. We must continue to try, even with you. Even with you. These guys are so petty. Now, I understand that things are very volatile out there in the world. Everybody is very split. The political tension on planet Earth is palpable. You could cut it with a knife or even one of these artillery shells even. But then someone quote retweeted this picture of Damon saying, this is David being open to dialogue. And it's just David flipping off the camera and saying, Roger Waters, you are a vile, anti-Semitic coward. You're a shit stain on Pink Floyd's legacy. Touring the world, spreading trope-filled hatred sprinkled with misogyny. How tragic, pathetic, and sad. He's just using big words, ad hominem attacks left and right, but no specifics, no details. No, I'm mad at you for this reason because you said this. No, just you're vile, you're a coward, you're a shit stain. Why is he those things? Roger Waters has no idea who you even are, but at least he provided one example as to why you're not a great person, and that's you signing these fucking artillery shells over here. That's at least one thing, and he didn't even know you. And apparently David Draiman was a big Pink Floyd fan back in the day, and he can't even cite one example over here? If you're gonna talk shit, if there's gonna be drama, I need specifics. I need something tangible that I can grip these little weaselly hands around. And from what I can tell, where I'm sitting right now, time of recording, this is where it's at. I don't think we're gonna get any dialogue. I don't think we're gonna get anything resolved over here. It's just these guys being petty, and they're not even really having the argument. They're not even really having a discussion over here. It's ridiculous. And I would hate to see them in the room together because I don't know if they know how to have a conversation. They're just using buzzwords and shit. But since this is an enemies channel, and since I have a rogues gallery, I have a duty, and I can't believe that I haven't added this guy here yet. But David Draiman of the band Disturbed, I gotta add you over here, unfortunately, alongside your buddy Donald Trump over here in my enemies list at the very bottom tier of my rogues gallery. You look like you fit in really well here. These are your people. Now, if I'm being honest with you, I've never been much of a Disturbed fan. I didn't listen to too much Pink Floyd back in the day. Of course, there was a couple songs that always floated in and out, but I was never really big into either of these bands. And to be honest, personally, I hate the Smashing Pumpkins. And that's not throwing shade at anybody that likes the Smashing Pumpkins. It's just the Smashing Pumpkins have always just sounded like something that I can't listen to. But either way, there's not really much else going on the internet right now, and I gotta get myself to my real job. So that's gonna be the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching it. Before you scoot on out of here, let me know what you think of the situation down below. David Draiman, Roger Waters, Billy Corgan, drama on the timeline with these 50-plus-year-olds. It's wonderful. I just wish the world wasn't so fucked up, you know, and very scary. So here I am just trying to make light of what otherwise could be a very scary situation. Why not just poke fun of the old dudes that are just making a fool out of themselves amongst it? Okay, thank you so much. Goodbye. See you later and have a good one.